See if the current's any better down here.
Where do I want to stop? Let me know when you're set, and I'll just get a good delta from that. How about
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to turn to follow you, but
Yeah, I understand your dilemma. Okay, so I am.
So we've reached the bottom, or at least we are coming into view of the bottom.
Now we can definitely determine that with 60% ahead and 100 to my left, I am staying in one position.
Wow. 60% ahead and 100% to left. So,
So it requires almost all of my thruster power not to move.
Okay, so what does this mean?
In our current orientation.
Pilot, this is Watchley.
We should get Jim up here.
Okay.
Yeah, can we get
there he
get
is.
Jim in the room, please? So I'm looking at this rock. Oh.
Could we zoom the fish when we get a few minutes? I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but it's kind of an interesting fish and might produce some really good video.
Hi, Chris. This is Deb. Right now, the ROV pilots are trying to get set up, and there are evidently fairly strong currents down here. So they're trying to just make sure that they feel comfortable in this area. So we're not going to be doing any zooming until they give us the go-ahead.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Strong currents are not surprising given those ripples that we were looking at.
True.
It also requires, my auto depth is using 33% down to stay down as well. It's a large amount.
Any sonar changes you guys want?
You can cool mine off and bring it in a little.
No, it's fine.
I think I'm going to fly with auto heading in today. Yeah. Yeah. Not if you're not comfortable or whatever.
So, good morning, afternoon, or evening all. We are here at Farallon de Mendonça, which is a bank we're going to be going from about 500 meters to up to about 250
Roger.
meters today. We have just reached the bottom. There are exceptionally strong currents here, so we will do the best we can as we try to move upslope. The current depth here is just over 500 meters, 503 meters.
Bridge, Nav.
Good enough.
I want to let you know our vehicles are on bottom, and for right now we'll keep that bailout plan. If it changes, we'll update you.
All right, good copy. Bailout still due north.
Copy that.
Ooh. What? Yeah. Be a little awkward to try to white balance minis at the moment.
It's fine.
I think the way we say it is
The other
Farallon
setting
de
is just
Mezzanilla.
so bad.
I
Mezzanilla.
actually haven't
That's
tried.
supposed to roll off your tongue like
Tilting.
Mezzanilla.
I think we heard from in the Chamorro language that the two L's
I really
at
don't
the
wanna
end of
change the
Mendanilla
views
are a
in the-
Z.
in the main housing right now.
Oh.
That's okay.
Luckily, a little shallow dives left,
Mendanese.
so-
We think. We're not entirely sure.
Okay.
Hopefully someone will tell us.
Happy,
Yeah,
happy?
I was told
Looks
before
good.
the start
All
of the
right, great.
cruise that they don't have that sound in
So
the
that
Chamorro
guy-
language, so it's pronounced more like a
we
Z.
Well, it's a Spanish
About our
name.
business.
The Spanish would call it Mezzanilla. They don't pronounce the double L. Mezzanilla.
Okay, watch lead. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Since it was such a shallow dive, we had to do our white balance on the bottom.
No problem.
So now that we're done with that, I can continue with the dive.
Okay.
And I believe we're in the same spot as we were, or close to it. There's the rock we were looking at, and there's
That's
a couple
the
of
rock.
fish. Did you guys want to look at those fish?
We did want to look at those fish if you have,
All right.
if you can do that.
I thought maybe you'd want to look at those fish.
All right, so we're here at the bottom. We have one big rock, and the rest is sediment. And evidently there are fish that we're going to zoom in on. We like fish.
Okay. All right. Going down. Trying to find the fish. Is that you, or is that the lens?
Little known fact,
There we go. Thanks.
Farallon
The
de
focus.
Mezzanilla is the smallest island in the Marianas.
Haven't
Very
seen it
cool.
before.
Where did
We're
the
going to learn all
fish
sorts of stuff
go?
today, I feel like.
There are the fish. Okay. Coming down for the fish here.
It used to be bigger till the Navy started bombing.
You can start in video.
Zooming in.
He's moving, so we'll move with him.
Holding here.
Thanks.
Oh, how cute. What is it?
All right, you can go a little more.
Zooming in. Holding.
Sea robin?
Hold.
So,
Wow.
I think this group of fish just got a new name. I'm going to have to go check.
That is
It
so
used
cool.
to be in the genus Satyrichthys. Yeah, so it's
Where are you?
this one looks like Satyrichthys andros that we have in Hawaii.
It's using these little things to
I
walk.
think it gets its name by the two horn-like projections on its head.
Okay, there are so many different things going
It's
on with this
walking.
fish that I can't even deal with. So it's walking on modified fins.
Whoa, that's a little
B,
bump
it
on the tether,
has
sorry.
What appears
lift
to
up.
be sort of a shovel with two projections on the
Nope,
around
there
its
you go.
mouth, as well
coming
as what
down.
looks like sensory,
Sorry about the bumps.
like a sensory fence that hangs down from his chin, like the most extensive barbel network I've ever seen.
There he is.
It does look like a fence, you're
Wow.
right. I love the fact that it's walking on those little tiny modified
Balance off.
fin things, whatever they
Yeah.
are.
I think this is hands down the craziest fish we have seen during this expedition.
I kind of love it. I think it's adorable.
Zooming out.
Honk.
Holding here.
Ooh.
So, does anyone? So, Chris, you were saying that you thought it was in a new species.
No, this is not a new species. What happened is the taxonomy of this group has been changed
Got
a
a
little
toe,
bit,
so-
and it used to be in the genus
stable.
Satyrichthys, I think because of the two horns sticking out the front of his head. I think it's a new genus. I'm going to try to remember what Bruce told me and see if I can find my notes on this.
Great.
But really fascinating. It is sort of related to the sea robins, but it isn't technically as, I don't think it's called, I think it's called, well, maybe it's called an armored something or other. I've forgotten. Anyway,
Yeah,
really
there you go.
interesting fish, obviously.
Absolutely. And
There
so
it is.
now that we've just begun our dive and we're
Oh, it hits
enjoying
the temp probe
watching
thing or
this
something.
this
I
fish
see.
walk around, perhaps it's time for a few introductions. I'm Deb Glickson.
just
I'm
wanna
the
laze them
geology
and then we
lead
can
on
go.
this part of the expedition. I'm from Florida Atlantic University, Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute.
And I'm Diva Raymond. I'm the biology lead during leg 1. And I'm from
Perfect. All right,
the
we can
University
go
of
full out.
Hawaii at Manoa, where I'm a postdoctoral researcher.
And for shore-based scientists, I know
All
we've
right.
already kind of
Well,
messed this one up, but the
as I
next time you
expected
talk, if you could tell us
on
what
that, I ended
your
up with my
affiliation
nose
is,
into
that would
the
be great.
current pushing ahead. So I think I'm going to try to fly like that mostly, dragging
Yeah, so I
from
just
the
found the
current to the
updated
floor.
name for it. The genus did
See if we
change.
can find.
And oh, by the way, this is Chris Kelly. I'm with the University of Hawaii Undersea Research Laboratory.
Set my Z-Pi.
So the new genus is
30,
Scalicus.
but it seems
So
like a lot. So
this
take it
particular
back a
fish
little
is,
bit.
I'm pretty sure it's Scalicus ingiceros, and I'll punch that into the chat room in a minute.
Thank you.
That fish almost had a trapezoid-shaped
Yeah,
head.
it did look like a shovel. That's exactly what you were saying. It was very cool.
Okay.
That might be my
We
new
can get a
favorite
ship
fish.
move in. If I'm on track for it.
153 then?
Yeah.
Do you like the heading?
A one.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's. You can see the
This is
current's
Bob
taking our
Stern,
tether
Dallas.
off in the other
Can
direction.
you tell me?
So he's going to get blown off all day, a little
non-technical name
offset.
for
But
this fish?
145
Did you
or
say
something looks good
shovelfish?
right now, right?
No, we
Or
were
do you
talking
wanna-
about how it looked like a shovel. Evidently, it's
25
a
and 145 or 30?
Scalicus.
30,
Euro,
yeah. 30's good.
I can't pronounce this. Please,
Yeah, at least you could do 30 or 40.
Chris, can you say that again, please?
Seems pretty flat. Nothing at all inside. Stretched out pretty far.
Yeah,
So
it's Scalicus.
Okay, but remember, I'm a geologist. That's
Bridge nav.
I'm never going to be able to say that again in my life.
Go ahead, Dan.
It's in the
Hey,
event
can I
log
get a
log.
ship move of 40 meters at
Like an
145
ugly
degrees,
fish or a
2 knots.
committee fish or what? Some kind of
You're
a
looking for
name?
40 meters, bearing
So this is,
145
I'm Googling
degrees,
it right
20
now.
knots.
I use the old
Hold
name
on,
Satyrichthys, which I think is probably correct, because I'm not sure how many websites have updated to the new name.
Ooh.
But this is called
it's
an
interesting.
armored
So as soon as
sea
you go off the
robin.
floor, the current takes a little
I
change
love
and
that
it throws
name.
you up off the floor. If you lift up a meter, it throws you to 5.
All right. So we've been on the bottom for, what, not even a half an hour, and we've already seen a truly amazing fish.
All right, we're basically settled, and we're just getting the ship moving along here, so we should be able to continue ahead as.
The visual images of an armored sea robin are just too spectacular to even contemplate.
So on this dive today, what we're hoping to accomplish is we're moving from a depth of about 500 meters to about 250 meters depth. And during that time, we'd like to sort of move through an area of commercial coral species, we're hoping, that are used sometimes for jewelry, so pink and red corals and other types. And then we're going to move into what we
That's
hope is going to be
a little
bottom
better
fish
there,
depth.
right?
Where we might see things like deep water
Hold here
snappers
for
and
a
other
bit until
commercially
we-
targeted fish species.
Going over a little white spot. I'm not sure what it is.
I can let myself fall back to it.
Yeah.
I saw the white spot, but I just
I think it's a
decided to ignore it.
spot in the sediment or something.
Well, here it comes.
More armored sea robins, please.
Crab on the left.
Ooh, look at that crab, huh?
Yeah, can you go zoom on that?
All right, we'll ignore the cool scoop in the sand we found.
Even though these dives are a little bit more
Go.
shallow than we usually do,
Check
they're
out
just
the
they're always
crab.
full of such interesting animals.
Sorry, I can't get around to his face, but we'll get a profile shot on this one. over. Landing. Okay. Come on in.
Zooming crab.
Thanks.
Holding.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm definitely moving.
Copy that.
So the
What is that? That's cool.
Come in a little more. You got it.
Zooming in.
He's definitely well camouflaged for the seafloor.
Holding.
Clear with lasers.
do you think this is a
Yeah,
crab or a
You wanna
squat
turn 'em off?
lobster?
Yeah.
Zooming in.
Do you see the?
Full zoom.
Bumpy
I'm
crab.
pretty sure this is a crab, but I haven't seen this particular type of crab before, so I don't know what it is.
Calling out crustacean experts.
Can we tilt down slightly just so we can? Okay.
Oh my.
Oh, he's coming
Okay.
to
Yeah.
do
It
battle.
doesn't look like it has a tail. Which under? Yeah. No. I thought that was a tail underneath.
I think I was happier when he was facing away from us.
He's coming to defend his turf.
Yeah. And he looks mean.
I have no idea what crab this is.
Well, great. So we have a crab, and we just don't know what it is. That's okay. Don't we have some crustacean experts that we could send still images to?
Yes, but I can't get that ID right now.
Obviously. So what we will do is find out later.
Sounds like a good plan. But for now, we're gonna
Yeah,
watch him walk
right now I
along.
can't even go to family, so I don't know what this guy is.
Ooh,
Cool.
My auto heading took off. Sorry.
Do we want to keep moving?
Ship's moving. I'll make sure I keep up with it.
Perfect.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Video.
Alright.
Thanks.
Zooming out.
Just
Full wide.
got auto heading in for safety's sake. It's a little awkward for me right now. I'm still learning the ways.
Your wings might be a little on board.
I think the drawer's out too, which makes
Okay.
it even more inboard. Maybe you want to
Yeah, let's fix
scooch
that.
in, open the pins, and or
So is our
track
track to the
pins.
southeast? Is that right?
No. Yes. Yeah, we're moving southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got,
Just want to make sure.
what is that?
It's a piece of coral.
It's very interesting how
What is that?
there's nothing
You take a snap.
attached to the bottom. It's like nothing
Looks
like
like
a
algae.
sponge or a
Oh, it's a
coral
swimming. No,
could
it's,
No.
stand up to that
It's-
current, I guess.
no.
Zooming out.
Yeah, there's definitely quite
It's
a current down here.
It's a piece of whatever that's now
Algae?
plastic.
Yeah,
in
in
the
my
front of
experience, this type of rubbly cobble bottom, just nobody likes it. Fish don't really care for it very well, and invertebrates don't really find that much to
Thanks.
attach to. The cobbles are just too small.
What's
So
that? Is it real?
this is pretty typical of a pretty barren area, and seems like animals actually prefer either sediment or more consolidated rock, again, in my experience.
Well, we are getting into an area that looks like it's more sedimented and less rocky.
Yeah, so the types of things we might expect to see here would be tube anemones, the cereanthids, possibly some sea pens.
What are those black
And-
things?
Can we zoom in on those black things
Fishes
quickly,
here.
please?
Black things. Yes, I
Yeah,
do
so
see
these
the
may be
Center?
some
Yep,
cereanthids that we're
yep.
passing over right now.
Slowing down.
Hard to
Back
say,
over
but
for it.
yeah, we'll get a close look and determine whether that's right or not in a minute.
Lasers, please.
Lasers, aye.
What's a cereantid?
Oh my.
Cereantid is a tube anemone. It's a type of anemone that secretes and lives in its own tube that's buried into the sand.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. All right, video. We can start in on it.
Zooming in.
Thanks.
Holding here.
Oh, how pretty. So
Wow,
it's an
Chris.
anemone?
Prediction correct. Cereantid.
Yes, 7 hours on bottom.
Thanks.
Can you spell cereantid or put it in?
Too bad Tina isn't on the line right now. She's a real expert on this group. And by the way, that's not sediment. That's
No,
a
that's
lot
shell
of,
fragments.
looks like shell hash.
Yeah,
or
I was
something.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, that's not sediment. That's shell. Okay.
So if we were to disturb this this Cereanthid now, it would quickly retract back into its tube, and we saw that on I think a dive, maybe 2 or 3 dives ago.
So we need like a creature that likes to eat to come swimming by or something, right?
Zooming in. Nope,
Thanks.
that's full zoom.
Oh, that's full zoom. I can get closer if you want it.
Sure.
Okay.
Zooming out. Yes.
It's fine. If you want it, it's enough reason for us to get it.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got to look out for science and video both.
That was awesome to find out that this is all shell fragment, basically. As well as the anemone, which was very nice.
Come on in.
Okay, zooming in. Nice. That is full.
Thanks. It's a little guy.
So I think that features
Are
just
our
that
laser scales on?
hill right next to it.
They are. They're just out of the zoom right now.
Okay.
Is there any different
Oh, we
purpose
have
for
bridge.
the inside tentacles versus the outside tentacles?
Thank you, Bridge.
Great question, Bob. Does anyone
That's
know?
not a fair,
Do we want to...
Yeah, that's
think about
not
our
a
next
fair
move or just
question
take
at
our time
all.
here?
No.
I imagine this is the only shopping
Okay,
I want.
but
If I look stretched out, we
Not
can keep
fair.
going.
Zooming out. That's great. Thanks.
You know,
Yeah, no
it is a good question. I have no idea.
Anyways.
Again, the person
Maybe
who would probably know
5
is
or 6 centimeters
Tina
across.
Molosova, and it's possible Scott France might have some
Or-
ideas here too, because he's really knowledgeable on a lot of different animals too.
I think we can get another one in as soon as he pushes out.
Yeah, for sure.
Same, well, maybe a little...
Don't go by my sonar. I'm cheating off
Okay.
the slope a little bit just because
Yeah, I see
of the
that.
current.
So, Bob,
Are we,
to answer your
waiting
question, the
Some
tentacles
nerves?
that extend
No.
outwards
You can bring them
taper
out
to
if you want.
points and are mostly
No.
used
Bring 'em
in
out.
food capture and defense,
You bring 'em
whereas
out.
the
Sure.
smaller inner
Just go by that,
tentacles
but
are
I'm
held
zero.
more
Just like
erect
Same,
skip the
same
crap.
heading's
and are
fine.
used for food
At least we'll get that
manipulation
shadow out
and
of there.
ingestion.
Too many people.
That was an awesome question.
Sorry.
What?
And
I'll
a
be
great
quiet.
answer.
No, you're
Let's-
pilot.
Let's tilt out the lower so
Yeah,
that we have
thanks.
no more craft shadow.
Okay.
Yeah.
copy that.
Ooh, something else in the sand. Or in the shell. Shell
In the shell.
garbage.
Bridge nav.
Is that another one of those same ones?
Maybe.
You want to snap real
Let's
quick,
snap
video?
some.
Zoom
Yeah,
in.
we'll snap really quick and see.
Hey, can we get a 40-meter move? 145.
No,
0.29.
so this is a...
Or an enemy?
Oh, no, yep.
Holding.
Tube, yep. Cereanthid.
Good guy.
Same
Was
but
the other
different?
one quite a speckly?
It did,
Dark?
it did
Alright,
definitely
video,
have
thanks.
banding.
Okay.
Okay, zooming out.
Sorry. I didn't
Yeah,
set up
this
for a
is
good
the
shot
same
on that.
one.
If you want it, we
Yeah,
can.
it's kind of nice to get that little side view too, so you can really see the animal in the tube.
All right, so I don't think we need to zoom on every single one of them.
We definitely
We
don't.
could call it Cereanthid. Tina might be able to go up to genus on this one, but I certainly
Can we
can't.
zoom
Is there
on?
a
There's
fish?
a fish to the
Fish,
right,
fish, fish to the
center of the
right.
screen.
Just
Oh,
above
I
the
see, I see.
Oh my gosh. Could it be our first cephalopod? Don't get my hops.
cephalopod.
Cephalopod.
Is it
Where?
just to the right of the lasers right now?
Yeah, so it's in the center of the screen right now, a sort of elongated.
Yeah.
Right below
Just
the
to the-
lasers?
exactly.
What's the
Yeah,
other
okay,
thing?
good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Didn't
this
look
is a
very
squid,
fishy
all
to
right.
me. Ooh, it is. Come in a little bit, video,
Zooming in.
just so he doesn't swim off
Holding.
on us here.
Is that a squid?
Oh
It
my
is a
gosh,
squid,
yes.
Yeah.
Squid.
He's a little tiny squid. He's 10
Holding.
centimeters long, it looks like. And he's
Oh my
hold-
goodness.
He's holding on for dear life in this current. But
Oh, that's so awesome.
So we've seen very few
I don't think we've seen any squid.
cephalopods on this, or cephalopods on this expedition.
Have we seen any?
The
Yes,
Wild
we've
West.
seen an octopus.
Oh yeah, we saw one.
We've seen two octopus, a Dumbo octopus and
This is totally cool. Is there any way to zoom in a little bit more, or are we
Yeah,
trying
is
to
that
not
full zoom
disturb?
video?
I don't
disturb
think
him?
that it's a
We can get
full.
more zoom.
We got a little
When
more.
pilot's ready.
Yeah, whenever you've got it.
He looks
Take
like
it.
he's hunkering down as close to the
It's full
the
zoom.
Yeah.
substrate as he can to try and avoid
Oops.
being
sorry.
in these very strong
His
currents. Oh my
eyes
gosh,
are-
look at his chromatophores. Amazing.
We learned about those.
This is amazing.
So if you look really closely at his mantle, you'll see that he's changing color ever so slightly.
We learned how that happens. Do you know?
No, pilot, would you like to tell me? Please.
There's little pouches full of ink all over his skin.
Called
And-
chromatophores. Go
Oh,
on.
you know. See?
No, come on,
I
keep
don't know.
going,
No,
keep
You tell
going.
me.
and when they open up those little pouches, the little ball of ink gets really small. You can see through it, and when they squish it, it gets flat and it gets dark, and then you can't see through it.
That was excellent. Good work, pilot.
You may want to repeat this because not everyone
started
listens
it.
to the ROV side of the channel.
Well, you guys know it now, so you can say it.
Right? No. I was telling Diva that.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
We weren't talking to you.
Sorry, Diva. Why don't you explain that for
I like his
all of
eyebrows.
us?
I can. It's just a little bit of current. I'll do what I
Alright.
I
can.
want him
to
to
zoom
swim
out.
away.
Yeah, thanks.
I wanted to pick him up in the manipulator arm.
Video's clear.
You do want him to swim away, or you
Yeah,
don't?
so that we can see him
Well,
do
Locomote.
stuff.
yeah, that's why I landed far away, so he wouldn't swim away. But we can make him maybe not. We're not gonna touch him or anything, but I can get a little closer, and we'll either get a closer shot or we'll spook him and he'll swim. Okay.
So is this an Oma Strephidae?
In a little bit.
Is that what Chris says?
Yes.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh.
Bye.
Told you.
Oh.
I knew he would get scared.
You're the one who wanted to see him swim away.
Let's go.
So Chris Kelly
All right,
said
time
that
to push out.
that squid was from the family
Glad we
Omastraphidae.
got a good zoom before we got too close.
Thanks, Chris.
So what an interesting dive we've already had.
Yeah.
I know,
I
see, I
actually-
love these shallow dives.
I
Sorry.
actually think it's in the genus Notododaris. It absolutely looks identical to something that we have in Hawaii called Notododaris hawaiiensis that's found at exactly the same depth. So I'm astonished that it's so similar looking. I was staring at the pictures we have of the Hawaiian one and comparing it to this one, and I can't see a difference.
All right, let's see how the current's doing. I'm going to wag
I can
a little here and see if I can hold up. Looking uphill.
ready another ship moving.
Feels a little less right now than it was before, so.
Is
Ooh,
that one done?
yes, we can hold now. Currents.
Less than 10.
You're
Current.
really quiet now. Got you at 0.
Out of auto heading. Current is
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
died a little
Okay,
bit.
I think we still have 10 meters left.
Lucky for us.
Okay.
I was just thinking about lining one up.
Oh, we can. There's like no delay though. We're only 500 meters. We can
Yeah.
if you want.
I'll wait.
I think we're at a good heading for the next one now.
Copy that. I'll just keep it at 40-meter hops then
Okay.
until we start getting into our
What's the dark thing?
Don't know, but
change
what
in
do we think the shells
slope.
Oh, he does have
comes from?
the
Yeah, that
dark
sounds
thing's
good.
waving in the
That
wind.
sounds
How
good.
big are each of these? I mean, it looks
It's not a stick.
I think 145.
larger than.
Yeah.
It looked like shell fragments rather than.
Oh, it
Wanna
absolutely
go
is shell
on
fragments.
partially
I
on
would agree.
this?
Zooming in.
But you would expect that, especially if there's such a big current. If these are moving
lighting a
back
little
and
better?
forth with
Lights.
the current,
Yeah,
they're going to
there's
break
that
up.
now. Thank you.
Algae.
More schmutz.
Hey,
okay.
can I go ahead and tack on
Yeah,
another
they
40-meter
almost
move,
certainly came
145,
from,
Oh, it's a
knots
good
to
zoom on
read
the
the
shells.
Pleistocene reef.
Absolutely.
And
What am I
it
doing?
could be that there's a
Good copy.
lot of bivalves that actually live up there
I'm
today.
not gonna
up
get
in
the schmutz, but we
Bodic
can
Zone, and then
keep
they
the shells
come
and
up,
fly around the
get
shells.
All right.
down here, but they're very strongly winnowed by these currents. This is a remarkable
Unless they think it's awkward. then we can
example
pull
of
out.
sedimentation
Stop.
on the seafloor. winnowing in particular.
You want to try to bring the uppers out?
I'm happy to do whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really, really interesting.
And it
Is
was,
that what you want?
yeah, on flatter terrain, if you bring them
Get
like
my
all
right
the way
toe.
back
Oh, it's a little
as far
shimmery.
as they go, it helps to even out the lighting a bit.
All right, video, come on out.
Zooming out.
And let's see what's under these shells. Did a little, for
Oh,
that
what's
shot,
moving
I did a
across?
little
Is
drag.
that still the same
It's probably
algae?
just algae,
See if
yeah.
it's a thick pile of shells, if there's any dirt underneath.
It
So I
looks so blurry.
on that last shot, I put my toe down and
Because I
dragged
think
a
there's a
little
Where's
bit.
that
temperature
algae
gradient,
coming
so it's a
from?
little.
See what happens. Come
Like
on
all
in.
the way
Shimmery.
out, right? Video.
Yeah.
You can come in, video.
Zooming in.
Just for a second. Oh wow. So
No, that's all shell.
that's all shell. I excavated a little bit with my right toe.
And you still found shell,
And
right?
all I've got is a big pile of shells. So
Yeah.
it's very thick layer of shell here.
That's very interesting.
So cool. Thanks.
Okay, zoom
Coquina.
out.
Yep. I was actually just thinking it looks a lot like the beaches in most parts of Florida.
Ouch.
Let's
So
try
shoot
to
it
get a
feet.
look at that guy if you can.
So I'm
Okay.
still looking at those
Check it out.
close-ups of the shell fragments, and there's some different colored ones. There's
I mean,
some
it's
very
on
bright
his as well, isn't
white
it?
mixed in
Has
with
a-
the brown.
Yeah, it's a shadow behind
And
it.
it looks to me like
I
some of
can
those
laterally
bright white
beat the
ones
current
could
at this
actually
point,
be
so
Halameda
dives
algae
considerably.
discs. I've forgotten what you call them.
I think it's
But when
just
the Halameda algae
so low.
dies,
Yeah.
it actually leaves sort of a calcium
Feeling a lot
carbonate
better
disc.
about this.
So there could be some Halameda further up.
Is it right dead
too.
ahead of you, or a little off?
Yeah.
It's a little off to your left. Okay.
Chris, is that
So,
Be able to see
two
it
questions.
through the light pole here,
okay?
so-
Can you see it in yours?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Nothing.
No, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I have two questions.
Yeah,
One
no.
is the strong current. Is it coming from east to west? And two, where are those chunks of algae coming from?
Oh, can we zoom on the urchin? Just never mind.
What?
It just went off screen. Sorry, I only just saw there was an urchin just to the left. But if it's going to be difficult
No,
to
it won't
get
be
back,
difficult. It won't be difficult. No. We'll get it. I've got a little time.
Hey, Jeff, how strong do you think the current is here?
On the bottom, it's a little bit lighter. Up where Sirius is, a little stronger. I haven't got a very good gauge yet, but similar to the other day,
Okay. Do you know what direction it's coming from?
east to west.
East to west. Thank you.
yeah, so just left corner.
This pink
Yes,
one?
please.
Yeah, okay.
So, Bob, it's unlikely that the algae is actually
I really like
growing
how accurate
down
our
here.
high
It's much
pass
more
is.
likely that it sort of broke off upslope, kind of washed
Our
down
match
here, and
spot
then
on
it got
today.
sort of stuck on a
sorry,
rock or something, and it's
Couldn't
still
hear
alive.
watch lead over you
Since,
last time.
500
Rich was
meters
talking. I
is
turned
really
you down.
deep
Now
for
you're quieter,
chlorophyta, for
so.
example, the green
It
algae.
wasn't important.
Okay. Come on in, video.
Zooming in.
Okay, in the current direction and maybe the speed?
Holding.
Oh, no, it's not an enemy.
So,
I mean, it's an enemy, not
The
a...
current is coming from east to west,
an urchin
and they
or
haven't
anything.
actually figured out the how strong it is, but they think it's probably as strong as yesterday when it was about 0.75 knot. It is a little bit lower at the bottom on the seafloor, so Sirius is
moving
feeling it more
a little bit?
than the D2 right now.
No, okay.
Okay.
So that's
Go
an
a
enemy?
little tighter
Yep.
if you want.
Not a sea urchin.
Holding
Awesome.
Thanks. Is that all of it we got?
Here. I got a little more.
Okay. You can take it.
That's full.
Is this another one of these tube anemones?
A different one
Eva?
if it is.
I'm not sure. It's
We're
not
not
the
sure.
same thing we were just looking at.
No,
It's something
definitely not.
else.
There's no rock sticking out, maybe. It doesn't seem like it.
Whether it lives in a tube or not.
Would they just
Well, it's
sit
not
on
a
a
Sarianthe,
shell bottom?
but
There'd have to be a rock there, wouldn't there? If it was another kind or
It
no?
would have to, otherwise it couldn't stay put.
Yeah.
okay, that's great, pilots. Thank you.
All right, time to run.
All right.
Thanks,
Do we
video.
want to try to
Great.
zoom in on
Thank
one of
you.
these Halameda discs when we find one next? Or are they too little?
Full wide.
No, they're just little white
Discs.
cysts that you see
Okay.
everywhere.
All right, after that
Look.
back up, I got to do a little catch up, and we've got a little bit of a return, so I'm going to push out to it.
Deb, what do you
Awesome.
Speed ahead.
estimate is the size of the shell fragments in centimeters or whatever?
I think
Or
that's a good
whatever.
question. When we zoom in again, we can put the lasers on. And I would have guessed just a few centimeters at most. But
The size of the shells?
yeah, it says the shells.
Maybe 1 centimeter or less, even.
Maybe. So our fantastic ROV pilot is telling us that probably 1 centimeter or less for those shell fragments.
Thanks.
Ooh, we do have a little something here. I'm not sure what that something is yet, but it's definitely something. You can see the bottom is changing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just a little.
I suspect that the banding that we saw in the backscatter is
Yeah.
that
Are we able to
we're
see
going
what's
from
going
these
there
a little bit more sedimented areas to these cobbled areas.
Yeah, so this
They're
is just
sort
a
of
little,
in strips,
this
and then
little
we'll
area,
probably
different
cross over
bottom of
this
the
and go
sump.
into another
Just to
sedimented
come left
area,
to
and that's
see it.
probably what
Oh,
we're seeing
really?
on backscatter.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I would totally agree.
Oh, geez, yeah, I'm way over there.
Yeah, I think we're seeing geomorphology on the seafloor.
I looked over, I was at the left of your screen, I thought.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I think it's just this depression here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
A little bump in the sand. Cool.
So it looks like there are some more tubed in enemies here. We don't need to zoom on them, but that's what these little black dots just going off camera look like.
What's a little white thing in the bottom corner? Is it just a rock? Probably.
Is that more algae?
Deb, you said
That's
just a
fine.
rock this time.
Oh man, I was finally caught saying just a rock. Uh-oh. They might take away my geology card now.
You guys get cards?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You don't have a card?
No.
Some of my geology friends have rings.
Geology
Ooh.
rings?
Yeah. It's a good thing you get.
I'm an unlicensed
Well, I never got a
pilot,
ring
don't tell
either.
Maybe it's
anybody.
only in Canadian universities.
Lots of LG.
Is Patty Fryer on the line?
Yeah.
She's a geologist. She can tell us if she has a card or a ring.
Move completed.
I was kidding about the card, by the way.
Thank you.
I know.
Rich.
Me too. Ooh, coral.
I think we're looking good
Coral,
enough for
coral,
another move
coral,
to put in
coral,
there.
coral. We have a pen.
Maybe we could look at this animal here. I think it's our first sea pen.
Yep, that's what we're going to do.
I think we're looking good enough for another move.
Okay, you
Yeah.
come in on the sea pen.
Yeah, go ahead and get it
Zooming
in.
in.
That sounds good.
Holding.
Ooh.
Wow.
So this looks like an
Bridge nav.
anthotilidae.
Go ahead, Nev.
Sea
Hey,
pen,
let's
perhaps?
get a 40-meter move, 145.2 knots, please.
Ooh, maybe not. Maybe it's scleroptidae.
Good copy.
That's awesome.
It has
Scleroptidae.
very, very black stems
Yes,
of the
it very
polyps.
much does.
I've never seen them so black.
Zooming in.
Maybe scleroptidae, actually.
Hold here.
Oh, one on the back's weird looking.
So we can see the peduncle attached to the sediment here, holding it in place. Oh, and it's also got a commensal shrimp.
Yeah, I was
living in
wondering
it.
about the pink thing on it.
Yeah.
Is that a shrimp?
So in the middle, in the central vein of the sea pan, there's a shrimp that looks like he's holding on for dear life, but sheltered in quite a
Something
good
out of
spot away from the
Okay,
current. So
sorry.
Coming up at the touch.
Oh.
And do we know what kind of sea pen we think this might be?
Scleroptidae, maybe family.
Okay.
Zooming out a bit.
Thanks.
So as Chris was
Any
saying,
shot
we
you want to
should,
get before we
if this
take off?
I might try to get a real tight one.
Okay.
Didn't go quite
If the
full.
substrate doesn't change much, we
Come
should
on in.
keep seeing tubed anemones, well, cereanthids rather,
Full zoom.
Why? Because we're
and
they're-
sea pens, because there's no hard substrate for larger things to settle on.
got it.
Nice.
Where is he going? All right.
Okay, that'll do.
Thanks.
Zooming out. Full wide.
Awesome. much better on the bottom.
Yeah. That's good.
I do have a toe down a little bit, but it's not blowing me off my toe, so.
That's good.
All right, I'm gonna push out here. Is that different than what we've seen in the past? Take a snap real quick. I want to see if this guy is different than what we've seen.
Looks pretty similar to me.
Oh, okay.
Nope, but you can go ahead and zoom, pilot.
Party
Snap in.
pooper.
Real
Zooming
quick. Just to make sure.
I like this investigative.
Holding.
Yep, we just saw that guy a little minute ago. Okay,
Zooming out.
thanks. Another urchin anemone.
Oh. Oh, fish, dead ahead. Is it a fish?
I see something white. We're
Yeah.
gonna go towards it and see what it is.
Maybe not a fish.
Might be a discoloration.
Might be a
of
rock.
sand.
You know, a fish, a rock. They look awfully the same.
I think it's a rock.
Is it a rock? Snap.
Zooming in.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
it's a rock.
that's a rock.
It's a rock.
I feel we're all
Is that a
confident.
coralline
Coral
rock?
next to it.
Oh, there is a little guy next to it. Another anemone next to it.
Anemone, yeah.
But it's a very nice rock.
It is a very nice rock. It
A rock amongst the shells.
probably carbonate.
Oop, too far. Might be a little big to sample, sorry.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, it seems quite small.
Holding.
That's okay. I don't think we need that rock. What's living on it, though, on the left?
So it looks like there's another tubed Ceranthid, probably.
But tiny.
Or an enemy, yeah.
Little guy, yeah.
Can you zoom in on the coquina just for a few seconds after this?
And certainly ask.
The what?
When you're done zooming on this little Ceranthid, could you just zoom in on the shell fragments?
Of course.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to tilt down to get the shell fragments just because I think they'll be a little closer and they're white. So it's okay if they're a little bit darker.
A lot of the great old buildings of Florida were made out of coquina.
Absolutely true.
Ready
It's
when
actually
you
one of
are.
the things you see quite a lot of in Florida.
That's full zoom if you want to just pan right.
Growing up, I
or
actually
left.
thought that beaches were only made of shell fragments.
Right or left?
I didn't know that
Whichever one
beaches
is
could
easier
have
for you.
nice,
Oh,
fine,
okay.
soft
Current.
sand.
Yeah. Oh, for the shells?
Yeah.
Ooh, I was going to tilt down for the shells.
Yeah.
Is this
Well,
tight enough zoom for that? Get a good view?
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
not sure what they're looking for in particular.
That looks like an old
Can I tag
fragment
on
of
another one
coral
to the
that
end of this
rolled
one?
down somewhere.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we all thought it
yeah,
was
I'd go ahead.
some kind
Bridge
of coral.
nav.
I'm going to tilt down real quick and see if I get a real close
ahead, Nav.
look at this
Let's
stuff.
tag on a 40-meter move, 145.2 knots at the end of this one, please.
40 meter move, 145,
Yeah,
22 knots.
just check.
Copy.
Good
Track
copy.
focus and iris at
Yep.
the same time as it quickly
Lots of urchin
changes.
spines
Lots of movement.
in between.
There you go. That's a real close look at shells.
Cool. Could we pull back enough to see the lasers, if the lasers are on, and then go back
Zooming
in?
out.
And the lasers
So, Bob,
are
do you know
there.
about Alameda sand and
There.
discs?
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I
Now
think
could
some
you
of those could
slowly
be,
zoom
but
back
I
in?
just
Yep.
don't know them well enough.
Zooming in.
No, I've heard the stories that
all
there
kinds
are
of debris.
fragments
That's
of
corals,
these calcareous algae that make up
Spines.
some of the
Pteropod
blew off
shells
the
in there.
My favorite rock.
Old coral, too,
You
right?
think that blew off
Coral,
the bank?
yeah, definitely lots of old coral.
Cool.
Must be
I
stuff
don't know.
up here.
Haliamida.
That bank goes up to
Rounder
80
kind of
meters.
disc-shaped things.
Thank you.
could
Something
possibly
just ran
be
across the
Alameda
Urchin
sand.
spines.
All right,
The
time
sharper
to catch
edge
up.
stuff,
All right,
no
thank
doubt,
you.
are shells,
Thanks a lot.
and the branching stuff are corals, of course. But it's quite a hodgepodge of things there.
Thanks.
coquina. I've never heard of coquina forming at 500 meters. So this is maybe a first that way. I guess maybe something like it forms in the Bahamas, but I don't know if it's at 500 meters.
Got some of all those bumps and returns and stuff, all just waves in the sand so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bump right ahead of you, coming up over it.
Cool. All right. I'm pretty much caught up. I'm getting caught up, I guess.
Big nav just kept us moving, so
That's good.
Yes, I
this
did.
direction's good. What was it, 145?
Yes.
Okay. I'm settling out a little on current, so I'll,
We can change it around next time if you want.
no, I don't need to. I'm just, my heading was offset because of current, so it died, and then I actually came through.
So the current up there with you has died as well?
Seems like it as far as the
Nice.
thrusters are reacting.
Awesome. Well, that's good. My opinion. Makes us happy.
Yeah.
Some more rocks. Every once in a while I get a
Yay.
little pile. Bridge open mic, I think.
Someone's got an open mic.
Bridge open mic. Maybe.
Well, this is looking different again.
What are these black things on the ground here?
Are those the same thing?
I don't know. They look like... I don't know. Come on in, video.
Zooming in.
Oh, they're little babies.
Holding here.
Those fly traps?
Is that a different kind of an enemy? What is that?
I can't tell.
And there's no way to see the other side of it. Look at the amount of urchin spines around it, though.
There's ways to see the other side. Would you like to see the other side of it? Oh,
Yeah,
this
that
guy?
would be
Yeah, why don't we come out?
great.
I'll pick up and fly around the other side.
I'm pretty sure that this is actually a scleractinian.
That's what I was thinking, like
Really?
a desmophyllum, yeah.
Oh.
Now, that was one of the things we were hoping to find today, right? A
Yes,
scleractinium?
it was.
Alright. Well, we're going to come around to the back and we can get a view and we're going to find out what it is.
There are a couple of them around here.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, I was like bivalve, or I was like scleractinian, or anemone. There are a couple of things, possibilities going through.
Okay, this looks like a good view. Let me try in on this video.
Zooming in.
Yeah.
Holding.
Take it a little
Is that
farther.
max zoom? Can we get any more?
Zooming in.
We got a
please?
little more.
Holding.
Yeah, so this is most likely going to be in the family Flabellidae, and there are some in Hawaii that are referred to as false teeth
Tilt down here.
corals because they look like a set of false teeth.
That is
they have
so
sort
cool.
of that squash calyx
Yeah.
and lay on the bottom, and I think what happens is they have a little stem when they first start off life. That's at the right side of it. And then at some point they break off from that stem and start sort of living on their sides.
Got it centered up for you. Oh, there. If you want more zoom.
Zooming in. Full zoom.
Thanks.
Could you write that in the chat, please, Chris? The ID?
Did you say urchin spines?
Yeah, that's what all the long things are around this. The long red things.
Oh, cool.
All these spines are no urchin. Okay.
I'm gonna hold here for a few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of them.
Hey, pilot, was that hydraulic comp? Do you want to make a note of it that it's going where it's at? What time?
I think
Are you guys getting a log?
he was logging it.
Okay.
I was
Okay,
plotting
video's clear.
it.
Plotting it.
Okay.
Zooming out.
It's been typical
Yeah.
dive,
Yeah.
though.
can write it down if you'd like,
Full
for
wide.
the sake of having it. That's smart. Thank you, thank you, video. And off we go.
Looks good though. Yeah, you got a little behind me there.
Yeah, catching up. Ship still underway.
You got 5 more meters.
Okay.
Now that looks like a recent flow. There's a difference in color between the white bottom and the darker bottom.
Yeah, there was definitely some kind of change in the sediment back where we were a few minutes ago.
Looks like more of the same.
What's the black thing?
I kind of thought it was more of the. Well, we'll come in. You'll see. We'll see. Come on in, video.
Zooming in.
Oh, algae.
Yeah.
Holding.
It's algae. Algae caught on a branch of a little yellow coral or something. I didn't land thinking it was going to be nothing, and I actually have to keep up with the ship right
Yeah,
now.
let's get you.
Okay, we can pull off whenever you're ready.
Thanks. I'm ready.
Zooming out.
Like way out.
Uh-huh.
Full wide.
Yeah, so just to make sure the viewers
Shift up
understand
there,
this, we don't think this algae is actually living down here on purpose. We think it had the misfortune of breaking off from upslope somewhere
See the shadow.
and having gotten washed down slope, and it got sort of stuck or hung up on a shell or a piece of rock. So that algae is probably not that long for the world.
And Chris, can you explain for the people who are following along why you don't expect to see algae in place down here?
Yeah, so we're at just about 468 meters or so, and basically there's very little to no light down here, and that algae in particular is photosynthetic, which means that it absolutely requires light in order to survive and create the energy it needs to grow. And there is no way there is enough light at these depths to support that kind of algae.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
Those just look like some more of the flabellid scleractinians.
Copy that. Yeah, I got pushed out, so now we're in a happy spot again, so I can slow down and make
Cool.
my usual mosey about.
All right, let's keep our eyes peeled for something cool and exciting in the land of biology.
Or I can put in a ship move.
Yep.
Bridge nav.
Bridge.
Can we get the same move again? 40 meters, 145.2 knots.
40 meters, bearing 145.2 knots. Got it.
Copy.
Keep thinking the cup corals are sea cucumbers. For some reason. They're a long shape. Current picked back up a little bit. Something like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're about at the end there.
For those of you who were listening into our pre-dive call this morning before we got to the bottom, we were talking and looking at the side scan, which had these very interesting alternating darker and lighter returns. And I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but it's most likely to be these areas that are more cobbled, contrasted with the areas that are more shell fragment.
Can come in.
Zooming in.
Oh, nope. Same.
So yeah, so another one of these sea pens, and another one of the flabellid scleractinians was in the background as well.
Cool. Alright, unless you want to get a good shot, I'm clear.
I think we got
Okay.
good shots in the other one.
Thanks.
Zooming out. Full wide.
Roger that.
Yeah, that lighting's definitely a lot more spread out.
Yeah. It helps
better.
even it out in the foreground.
Yeah.
It just gets hot when I try to bring out the background.
Yeah.
And until proven wrong, which could happen any time now, I'm going to assume that the rocks, these small areas of sort of rocky
So
class, are
northern
probably carbonate.
0.01, easting negative 0.15. Northing is almost 0, easting negative 0.1.
Is that a fish? Right in front of us?
Yep.
Yes, I agree. I think these darker fragments
It's a green eye.
are
or something.
probably broken off from the
Come on.
older
Zooming
reef,
in.
and then the lighter fragments may be younger shell fragments.
I would agree. Fish.
So this.
And a little squat lobster next to him.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, I don't.
Zooming in.
Sorry, we were just looking in Diva's guide.
Ooh, what's he doing?
He's eating something
He's
on the right.
eating, yeah.
Who is?
The
The
squat
fish.
lobster on the right.
Predation event.
Zooming in. Full zoom.
He's definitely getting up close and personal with that rock. So what kind of fish might this be? Do we know? Oh,
Chlorophthalmus.
chlorophthalmus.
Looks like a.
Chloro being for the color, I assume.
Looks like this, like a shrimp malted.
What is the thing walking out behind him?
A squat lobster.
Oh, great.
Doesn't it look like it's eating shrimp skin or shrimp
Yeah,
malt or
shrimp-
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of chitin, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
And that squat lobster is actually feeding on a discarded molt.
There you go, pilot.
Malt, not
Correct.
Malt.
Yeah.
Is it feeding on its own discarded molt or something
No,
else?
that looks like a shrimp molt.
Okay.
Just be wrong.
I have learned more about.
It could be a shrimp. We're just seeing it head on.
Oh. I have seen more like weird crustacean behavior on this expedition than ever before in my
It
life.
looks like he's having trouble getting
Seems to be
into.
having a hard time.
He just let both hands free. Hands free.
He's testing the molt for weaknesses.
Systematically. He's learning.
He remembers.
Ew.
Well,
Great.
All right. We can,
Thank you, pilots.
probably tilt down to the fish.
down to the fish. Not nearly as interesting.
He's just working things out.
This is true. You can tell.
Yeah, so this is some kind of
So by the way, it is.
chlorophthalmus. Perhaps chlorophthalmus proridens.
Got a little bit of time here, pilot.
Great.
All right.
Thanks.
Video's clear. Zooming out.
If you wanted to know the common name for these, this will be for Bob. It's the short-nosed green eye.
Cool.
I nailed it.
Pilot nailed it.
Actually, I guess just green eyes because that was for a very specific one. So it's a green eye with those big, huge eyes. Yeah.
Thanks. Can we zoom in on some of this dark bottom? It looks a little
Just as
different
it
than
goes
what we
away.
saw before.
Yep. We can get it real quick. Got a little time, right?
We can certainly try.
That looks really burrowed.